Well, we got a late start this morning. Got into town yesterday evening, probably about 3. By the time got something to eat, a hotel room, resupply, mailed a couple things home. Got a little bit later start this morning. It was about 2 o'clock. We're going to try to do to at least the first shelter going up through here. Maybe a little bit further. But anyway, it's a nice little town. Got Kroger's and got to eat at Wendy's and the Three Little Piggies barbecue, the Mexican restaurant. So, yeah, pretty good little stint. And I think we've caught up with a little bubble or something. I saw a lot of more through hikers than what we've seen in the past couple of days or weeks. So anyway, we're going to climb this hill. Well, we're 1/3 of the way to Katahdin. There is Miss Kodak. Here comes Mr. Caps, and Sting's right here. And well, Darian's go. We're 1/3 of the way to Katahdin. Fullhardt Shelter. It's got a weird cistern system, which I don't guess it's weird, it's just a rain collection system. It goes down in that gutter, then it goes on down, comes back here, goes into here. I guess that's where they can go down there and check everything out. And then you walk down here, and there's a valve, and right there's where you get your water out at. And talk about some cold water. It is some cold water, but this is rainwater. You want to always boil, filter, or chemically treat before drinking. Do not pump the handle. Wait 10 seconds for the water to flow and keep the spigot closed when not in use. Pretty neat system. I guess if you're a farmer or have animals or something, other shortage on water, you could build a system like that. How'd you get your trail name?
I'm collecting caps in all the states we go through, and I'm carrying some of them with me. So
you started out carrying all of them, didn't you?
I was carrying all of them for a while. Sent a few home.
Then we talked you into lightening your load.
But I've still got a few, and
you ain't got Virginia yet, though, have you?
Not yet. Haven't found the right one.
I ain't found the right one. I got my trail name in Damascus at the is a chicken restaurant there past the Sun Dogs. But anyway, I was drinking a drink and eating a salad, surprisingly, and a bee got into my drink and I didn't realize it, and it stung me right here. And I didn't have as much of a beard, but trying to get a stinger out of that is about a pain in the tail. But we did get it out. I did have a swollen lip, but it wasn't on this trip. It was on another trip that I was on when I got my trail name. But that's where I got it from, getting stung by a bee. We stayed at that Fullhardt Shelter last night. It's where an old fire tire used to be at, and we done a Neuro yesterday out of town. Got a late start out of town, and then by the time we got started, it was just really hot, and we'd had full stomachs coming out of town, so there wasn't no use in killing ourselves. So we stayed up there. I'll tell you what, that thing's got a neat cistern rain collection system on it. I really like that. And then the pretty cool part about it was you're up on top of that mountain, but you see the planes coming in, and they're coming in just about it. You can just about look in the windows of the planes. Well, I mean, they're a little far out, and there's tree cover up there, so it's not like an open ball or anything like that. But the planes is coming into Blacksburg Roanoke Airport, the jets, and so I think they stopped about 9 o'clock last night coming down. But man, that's pretty neat seeing the planes coming in low like that with the, you know, in the evening time and stuff. It was a nice shelter, I can say that. Going to be up close to the peak. Well, we're going to be at the peaks of the Otter on the Blue Ridge Parkway today. I'm looking forward to that. I've always wanted to see that overlook. And going tent camp on further up, but I think I'm ahead of everybody, which it's about 7. I got out about 7:30 this morning. Leaving earlier in the mornings now that the heat's coming on, which I am tickled to death. I'm not complaining because I don't mind the heat. I can leave earlier in the morning and get most of my mileage in. But anyway, it's hard. I know when it's 30 and 40, it's hard to get out before 9. I kind of stay wrapped up, but by golly, it felt good this morning. It didn't get cold last night. It stayed about 60. But it's a nice morning. As you can probably see, the sun's already up. We're trucking it on down through here. But we'll catch yous later on. Walked up on these deer this morning. The 2 bucks ran off. There's a fighting up here, and I guess there she goes. We're getting ready to cross the Wilson Creek up here in Virginia. They say there's a historical marker somewhere to the north about Collier's Pit. All right, here's the Collier's Pits. It's the still open area. Seen here was a Collier's Pit. During the late 1700s, early 1800s, the pit, as it was called, was used to make a charcoal for nearby iron furnaces. The term pit is misleading because no excavation actually existed. Instead, a level area clear of rocks and roots approximately 50 foot in diameter stood here. This site was chosen for its nearness to the furnaces and location downhill from an abundant timber supply. About 1837, a new and more economical fuel source, erythricite coal, came into use. This new fuel was mined and therefore did not require large tracts of timber. The iron furnaces were then able to move closer to the cities, leading to the downfall of the charcoal making business. It's kind of a flat area in here. If you look around, there's a fire pit in here now, but there ain't no rocks or anything like that. Pretty neat. Took me a long lunch at the shelter back there, and wet down my thing, the head thing, just to stay dry, or wet my head a little bit to stay cool. The wild honeysuckle, but a couple more days these leaves will be out and it'll give some shade in here. Man, it is nice though. We're coming up on the Blue Ridge Parkway here in a little bit. Be able to see some of these overlooks as the trail kind of goes along beside of it, or I think above it, something like that. But dogwood there in the woods, full bloom. Nice, great day to be out. There's a dogwood. Love those trees. Back up on the mountain when the huckleberries come in bloom. Tell you what, there'll be some good eating. What a view. What a gorgeous view. We just come out this Black Horse Gap right here. And it joins with the Blue Ridge Parkway. Here's the view right below the gap here. View Taylor's Mountain, milepost 97 here on the Blue Ridge Parkway. The AT crosses here. Here's the other side of the overlook. Simply gorgeous. The Montvale view off the Blue Ridge Parkway and the Appalachian Trail intersection. Feels good up here. Another view right here. Talks about the hawk identification and stuff there, but we saw small turkey buzzards flying around, small buzzards and stuff. The Blue Ridge Parkway intertwines with the AT here. This is the coming off the AT and the go overlook at that Harvey's Knob overlook you just seen. Before I get back on, I was going to tell you, it curves around the mountain there. Boblet Family Cemetery here off of Boblet Gap. The AT crosses here. Says of the 7 graves here, 5 were children less than 2 years old, and other ashes of other related family members continue to be scattered here. Wow. Peaks of Otter Overlook. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Doing well.
2 or 3 prominent summits around the Peaks of Otter area. Well, we've had a long water carry today, about 13 miles. We're going to go to this tent site on up here. It's about a half a mile on up, but there's no water there. Then I think it's 5 miles to the next water source. So it's been a hot day, but it's been a good day. Seen a lot of views on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Not bad walking, some rocks and roots had to go over, but it's been pretty good. I can't complain. Hiking on a pretty good trail now through here, and tomorrow we'll get to see some more beautiful views. But still having a ball. I hope everybody's doing good at home and everything. And I'll talk at you later.